Can you tell us a bit about what it was like for you coming back to the set of Paddington after all this time, and for you stepping into this world for the first time as well?
We're coming to visit you. The Browns are coming to Peru.
Get ready, everyone!
Well, it was a joy for us, and it was a long time coming because of things like the pandemic and so forth, and various pauses along the way. Paddington had other action movies to complete his contracts on, and but getting back together it's always felt like a family, and it was wonderful to welcome Emily on as well.
Yes, and I really did immediately feel so, you know, welcomed and embraced, and was any nervousness I had, which I did have, about sort of you know, feeling like I didn't belong or shouldn't be there, was immediately dispelled. It's such an amazing world, and it's a very kind and very thoughtful place to be on a Paddington set and part of this Paddington family. So I just felt immediately okay, and like it was one of the great honours of my working life to have been invited to join them all.
What a wonderful thing to say. That's so lovely.
Aunt Lucy! Paddington, we're here! Aunt Lucy!
I'm afraid she set off on some sort of quest deep in the jungle.
Do you remember your favourite scene to shoot? Because there are a lot of great action sequences in this as well.
Oh gosh, there were some loads of fun ones, some of which are actually on the cutting room floor, but actually, I've got one vivid memory that just popped into my head. There was a pause during filming when we were actually in a water tank, actually getting quite, you know, soaked, and when your fingers go all wrinkly and all that. And they did actually provide us with sandwiches.
Yes.
And because of the way that our life jackets floated, we were able to put a little tray of sandwiches on another life jacket, and Emily and I sat there like we were in a spa.
That was amazing.
That's a great segue to another question of mine. Who on set ate the most marmalade sandwiches? Because I hope catering had some.
No.
We
both ate a lot.
We ate our own body weight in sweets. I can't quite remember what our reasons were, but I mean, these are quite long and complicated days, you know, because sometimes the bear doesn't turn up, so we have to shoot other bits of material, and that can get quite fiddly, and there's lots and lots of people involved in trying to make each shot look great. So we basically invested in Haribo and various other things, and were very naughty.
Oh, what a handsome boat.
Are there any memorable bits of direction you got? For example, Hugh, can you jump out of that window even more heroically? This will make sense if we watch the film.
Yeah, Dougal had, actually he did for the first week or two carry around a book saying how to direct actors, which was quite nerve-wracking to encounter. But he warmed up, and we allowed him to have his way. I'm trying to remember anything.
What about the one that when it was Antonio's take on Scotland or Jamaica? Do you remember that?
Oh, that's right, yes.
And he had to say Scotland or Jamaica about 100 million times, and there was something about the combination of his accent. And Dougal had this, because he's very precise. He's the most amazing filmmaker. I mean, it really feels so exciting to be part of his vision. He truly is a visionary, and he has very precise ideas of exactly how your, you know, the movement of your body and the, you know, pronunciation of a certain word, and the emphasis has to fit with each frame is really carefully sort of calibrated. But there's one thing he was trying to get Antonio, and I think he did say it 47 times, Scotland or Jamaica.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
It was sending everybody mad.
And he said, be more scared of the spider. I said, I'm trying.
Even more scared? Paddington, obviously based on the books by the legendary Michael Bond. Do you remember what books you read in your childhood?
Well, Michael Bond, basically. I remember Paddington being the first book that I could read for myself. And so he became a very special bear to me. And my diet of Asterix and Tintin had to be sort of, you know, put to one side as I got into some serious reading, of which, of course, the bear featured heavily. But another book that really meant a lot to me as a kid was Stig of the Dump. Did you ever read that?
Oh yes, I loved Stig of the Dump.
Which I thought was an ancient classic, but actually was only written in 1967.
Just before we were children. Yeah.
So that's my childhood, but you were much more well-read than
No,
I
I was toying with whether or not I should actually say what my childhood book was. Cause
Not Enid Blyton.
It was another bear. It was Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, of course, Winnie the
classic.
Pooh.
I really did
The
love Winnie the
second
Pooh, but
best
I
bear.
did the second best bear. Yeah, no, Paddington. It was a toss-up, but I definitely Paddington was always there. I mean, Paddington is definitely part of my DNA. But I loved Winnie the Pooh too. I just loved those weird sort of songs that he came up with, stupid songs.
There are a lot of great song and dance numbers in this. Yeah.
And my dad read to me until I was embarrassingly old, and he used to read a lot of Sherlock Holmes stories to me. So I remember those kind of with the nostalgia of connecting them to my father. Well, we wanted a holiday to remember.
Was it me, or was it getting a bit choppy?
I appear to be driving the boat.